James will find. I couldn't read it. It was all squashed into the top when we get here. The project labour agreement. Don't get confused with the CLA, which is actually my local union, the folks that actually run the plant, the folks that are in there today with the local CAW 2301. That's a different contract. We still have that contract in place until the summer of 2012. But what we needed was a contract, an overarching contract, to be able to manage the construction people. And we believe we're the first in BC that has such a collective agreement. And it's actually bringing together 16 building trades under one overarching agreement, which covers essentially how we're going to work together. So essentially with different skill sets, different unions, but all of these unions have signed on to work essentially as one unit. Not the demarcation between the trades, but to come together as one unit. And that's huge. We're going to have our first of a kind drug and alcohol policy, which will be a clean site we could pre-test, randomly test. And it's a sad reflection of today's world. I can't actually do some of that on the existing site. I would love to. We do what we can. But we need, and this is all about people's health and the safety of themselves and their colleagues. This was a fantastic day. This was, we actually brought Kitimat to Vancouver. It was a pouring day. Rain was bouncing 93 feet. But that was actually when we signed it. They're all the union presidents and leaders. And what was amazing to me, so you have the Minister of Labour Minister, you have the head of Bechtel with us on the project, and the labour unions. Look at the faces. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I don't think I've had a better day in the last 12 months, actually. It was a great thing to be part of and sing. These guys were so pumped and they're ready. And they're disappointed right now. They're disappointed that we're not able to move as quick as we would like. So we don't want to lose that momentum. What does it really look like? And again, it's a heads up. These are numbers of people by trade. Bricklayers, carpenters, electricians, all good solid trades. Iron workers. They'll come in different phases. Phases will be on the civil side first, so people that actually move earth, drive these big fancy yellow trucks and all this good stuff. And then into iron workers. And then you'll get into the bricklayers, the finishing guys, the carpenters, the electricians. And just as the phase of the build comes on. If we look at how the whole thing will, I'll just go back, that's construction. So this is actually the delivery of the plant, the project. If I was really clever, I'd add that up.
940.
You've got it?
940.
Okay, good. So that's at its peak. We think we'll actually accommodate about 1,500 people in the actual construction. There'll be about 15. We're going to have to build a camp for about 1,500 beds. To be able to handle it. Now, if we can spread it, and we might, it might be 1,200, but in that sense. This is a demographic of the future plan. So this is essentially what we see as the future. So you see on apprentices, studying apprentices, professionals in terms of engineers, mechanical, electrical, operations, instrument techs, mechanics, millwrights. That's essentially the distribution of the workforce of the plant when it's completed. As best we see. Don't hold me to an exact, but it'll be close to that. And it'll be different in its early years because we'll need more people. And then as it stabilizes, it's not just like switching on a TV. It takes a little bit of settling down, so its first 2 years is very much in the settling phase. So there'll be more technical support, more training. So it'll actually be a little bit higher than what it suggests. And that's how this new machine will actually look in the Kitimat Valley on the Douglas Channel. So you have the wharf here. You have, this still shows lines 3 to 5 and 1 and 2 still physically there. They will not be operational. And this is how it will fit. For those of you that come into Kitimat, the road will go right past this. This is the ABF. The main office is about here, and wharf. So this is along to the hospital beaches in there. So, and as you can imagine, look at the roads. All of these don't exist today. This is all the prep work that we're actually doing to be able to pop this thing into.
So why does 1, 2, 3 to 5 stay there if it's not to be operational?
Well, we keep looking at it. The buildings themselves, one, it takes time to demolish them. It's not just, so there's actually work involved in taking this down. There's probably a year or two's work into getting the site into a remediated position. And we keep looking at options. I'm a metal guy, I make no apology for that. Can we grow it? Can we get some more metal? Wouldn't be in those buildings, but it might be on that site. That's a long shot, but we'll see. You've got to have more energy, and we're not there yet. But maybe as we get more efficient, we'll learn. I mean, all of these new plants came in at a base plate number, 300,000 tons. All of them are running higher than that. We get smarter. People, are very creative, and will grow. The main thing is to do with this one is to make sure we have room to grow, and we have. We've got a great site. So you never say never. We look at that. It's industrial. It's inside of the fence. We'll leave them up. We're looking at, it's really as part of our regional industrial development. That they're fantastic warehouses. Could somebody use them in their interim if they're empty to help with a port development? I don't know. But at this point, we show them as being there. But we'll actually start to empty the contents of these buildings out slowly over time. There's some environmental considerations that I have to take into play, that I can't just demolish and landfill all of that material. I've got to handle it. Some of it would be classed as hazardous. So we have to be able to handle that material in a controlled manner. And that means the landfill can only take so many tons per month, so it'll be a slow build. So we're still showing them as there. And actually, some of you may know in here, we have some workshops. Our major vehicle workshop, we have our carpenter shops, and some of the millwright areas are in here, and they will continue to operate, certainly in the short to medium term. Thank you very, very much for your time. I've just about exhausted the hour. More than happy to take any questions.